Well, we're kind of here. Maybe I'm just a big giant Mark fanboy for myself. I don't know, but I never collected anything other than keeping in boxes for years. So when I moved into this house, I was like, you know what? My son's getting older. I'm going to have grandkids someday, and I want him to know what the hell I was. So my mom just started adding stuff to this shelf, and then I added stuff to it. Now it's in complete disarray because I do my podcast basically with it as a background, but we can start up top. This is a Japanese katana sword that was given to me by a fan when I was working in New Japan. That's a replica of the Raw Tag Team Championship. Carl and I won those twice. So they send that to you when you win a title. Over here you see the IWGP Tag Team Championship. We won those 3 times in New Japan. And then I kind of just have some pictures of, during those times with each of the belts and stuff like that. There's Finn Balor when he was still Prince Devitt in New Japan. There's me with a very similar but not as well done paint job. That's the one that he's made pretty famous. And then come over here and there's some Carl and I in one of the 2-packs they did this last WWE run. There's an OC promo picture. There's a Money in the Bank exclusive Topps card, OC wristband. There's a New Japan promo picture that I think is cool. I sold a ton of those things. There's the famous Ribera Steakhouse jacket. In a pro wrestling culture, it's a huge deal when you can go to Japan and you get your first Ribera jacket. I have several of them, but it's a big deal to guys to get them the first time. It's a big deal to me. That's a Japanese wrestling magazine I found when I was going through stuff in there. And here's some pictures of some familiar faces. There's Yujiro Takahashi, he was a Bullet Club member. That's actually taken in the New Japan Dojo in Tokyo. That's myself and, well, you can tell, Finn Balor, Prince Devitt. I had a really, really strong or weak beard game then. My wife loves to make fun of that picture. There are AEW's Young Bucks when we were all Bullet Club members in Japan, and we all agreed to do the same face paint one night, and I somehow got my chest painted. That was a non-televised house show, so we used to have a lot of fun on those things. A lot of fun tagging together. There's a Bullet Club sponsored dinner. The photo's a little grainy, but Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Finn Balor, myself, and the Machine Gun Carl Anderson. There's a cool picture. That is the 25th anniversary of Raw. We're in the ring with DX, Scott Hall, and Ric Flair after we'd beaten the Revival, which we thought was going to lead to a huge push for the boys, but as sometimes happens in professional wrestling, that's not what happened. The backstage shot of us before that actually took place. I don't even know who took it, but found it, thought that it was pretty cool. Here is a picture of my grandfather, who was one of my biggest supporters. You see the size of his hand, and that's my son's hand before he passed away. So I have different carnations of that picture throughout my house. Here's a trophy that the boys made for me that says the world's greatest brother, which, I take that shit to heart. Bullet Club merchandise bearer from Japan. What do we have here? A Ring of Honor promo shot. Japanese merchandise is sometimes strange. That's a Bullet Club fan, so you can fan yourself when it gets overly hot in those Japanese hotel rooms. Picture of my son when he was a baby. This little guy right here is a cancer survivor. He was a big fan. He would come to just about any show in Georgia that I promoted, and he's a buddy of mine. And as you can see, George North behind him, wearing my coat when I'm not looking. There's the parents. Without them and their support, who knows if I would have ever made it this far. They're still my biggest fans, so you need that. There's a young freaking Deacon and Kurt Hawkins in the developmental days. He looks like a baby. I look about 47, but it is what it is. The last day that I was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, this was given to me as a gift, signed by everybody on the show as a going away present. We left on really good terms. Some of my favorite memories of my entire career, my closest friends in the business I met working for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So a lot of love for everybody who signed this shirt. You can see the core 4 of the Bullet Club right here on the bottom beside the Bad Luck Fale autograph. There's Juice Robinson. I'm trying to make out who's who down there. Looks like Yoshihashi there, but that's a very cool piece that would never be for sale. Yeah, so I guess part of my legacy is on display here. A bunch of merch, a bunch of gimmicks, a bunch of memories. But I wanted to keep it and put it up because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you can't go back and repeat any of it because you don't get any younger doing this. So it's going to be fun for me to have the memories and look back over the different guys and the different times in my career and the places I got to go and the things I got to see and do and matches I got to have. So it's sentimental. It means a lot. I'm glad I had it. I never had anything, like I said, on display before. So it's pretty cool to walk down here once in a while and see all that. Oh! Who doesn't need 100 of these? Fuck you, buddy! Yay! I love it. And it's two-sided. Yeah. It's a strange house, but a fun one.